Hello guys, today all we're going to look at is the trapezium rule, and we can use this to work out the area underneath a curve. So let's start with this question. Here we're given a speed time graph for a car, so work out the distance. So the first thing we need to do is we need to establish something, that speed times time is equal to distance. And so therefore distance equals area underneath the curve. Okay? So now what we can do is we need to draw in some trapeziums to estimate the distance. So let's do that. We have one here. We have one here. We have one here. Notice something. I'm using them at the same length of 30, okay? This is very important that we use the same length when we estimate. Anyways, we have one here. That's 30. We have one here. And finally, we have one here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now what we need to do is we need to work out the areas of all of this, right? We know the area of a triangle is equal to half base times height. And the area of a trapezium is equal to a half a plus b times h. Okay? So not to bore you, let's just do this as quickly as possible. This is, I want to say, 8.8. We can say that this is 12.8. This here is also 8.8. Okay, so we're given easy numbers. So when we put that on our calculators, we should get an answer of 132, 324, and 384. And then because this is symmetrical, we can say this is the same. Okay, sure. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add them up. So 132 plus 324 plus 384 plus 324 plus 132 is just going to be equal to 1,296. So we can say that this is the answer. Did that make sense? Make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. The problem is with doing it like that, it is so unbelievably long, I don't want to do it. So what can we do instead? Well, what we can do is use the trapezium formula, only this time we use it as one formula as opposed to 5 in this case. So let's see, we've got a trapezium here, 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 and here. Okay, so to do this as quickly as possible, the area underneath the curve is going to be, using a trapezium, a half height times a plus b. So what we can do is we can see that, oh, we only use this one once, but we use each of these twice. So therefore the area of the curve is equal to a half height. This is why we use the same length each time. So it's a half height times number at the start plus number at the end plus 2 times everything else. Write that down if you haven't done so already. So now let's actually learn how to use it. We can say that this is 16, sure. This is 15, I'm going to give an educated guess. This is 12. And this is a whopping 7, okay? So therefore the area underneath this curve is going to be half times 1, because we're going by 1 each time. And we're timesing it by 16 plus, and this answer here is 0. So 16 plus 0 plus 2 times 15 plus 12 plus 7. Okay? And when we pop that into our calculators, we should get an answer of 39. Okay? And as you can see, we saved so much time using this formula rather than just finding out what each of these trapeziums are. If that didn't make sense to you, then just join my Discord server and we can explain it there, and you can ask me whatever questions you want. Not just about this topic, but about any of the topics that I've discussed. So, here's another question. So for this one, here is a graph that we have. And using the trapezium rule, use x equals 1, x equals 2, and x equals 3, and x equals 4 to find the area between 1 and 4. Okay, so it's this area here. And we're told to use it with lengths of 1. Okay, not a problem. So let's do that. So we have 3 trapeziums. If we want to, we can work out the area of each of these, but let's use the trapezium rule because it's so much quicker. At 1, we can clearly see that this is 0. At 2, it's 10. At 3, I would say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, I think is a good estimate. And then this is 0. So therefore, the area underneath that little bit there is going to equal a half times height. And remember, we're using this as the height, which is equal to 1. And we're timesing it by 0, which is our first number, plus 0, which is our second number, plus 2 times everything in the middle. 10 plus 12. Okay? And when we do that, we should get an answer of 22. And that is our final answer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you guys liked it, leave a like. If you guys want to pass your exams with flying colours, drop me an email to get tutored by me, and we can organise a meeting and a quote. Keep on learning, as you have no idea what you're capable of doing.